Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Mindy here. I hope you're all doing very well. Thanks to those of you that reached out to me last week knowing that it was a very difficult week for me. Today I'm going to talk about all things Chanel. Chanel can be a little bit of a tricky house for me. Yes, it is constantly popping up on top fragrance lists, best-selling lists, most popular fragrance lists. It is a brand that people know that they love. I do love quite a few Chanel fragrances, and I'm going to share some of my favorites with you, knowing that the holiday season is going to approach us very, very quickly. I'm also going to share a few fragrances that I've been interested in, but have not moved forward with a full bottle yet. I want to share my thoughts on why with you. Chanel fragrances are often unmistakably edgy. They're usually classy, elegant, they have an air of luxury and sophistication to them. I say they're a tricky house because not all Chanels are for everyone. Depending on your taste and preferences, you may not like some of the offerings by Chanel. You may love some of the offerings by Chanel. I tend to be a gourmand fragrance lover, and I don't find a lot of gourmand type fragrances in the Chanel lines, but there are plenty of fragrances that I love. I can't wait to try more Chanel fragrances, especially expanding a little bit into their exclusives line. But for now, I'm going to focus on those fragrances that I absolutely love, a couple newbies in my collection, as well as a couple that I did not and have not yet moved forward with a full bottle of. If that interests you, please stay tuned and we will jump right in. The first fragrance I want to touch on today is Chanel No. 5 Eau Premier. Now sadly, I have never been able to get into Chanel No. 5. I have always been mesmerized by the success of the brand. I've always been intrigued by it. I purchased a sample of the Eau Premier. I've tried the Low. I just have never really gotten into this perfume line. Honestly, it kind of gutted me that this one didn't work out because I want to understand what so many people know and love about this particular fragrance and its flankers. I thought for sure that Eau Premier would be my Chanel No. 5 because people said that it was a little bit toned down, it was a little bit softer, and what I've concluded on this one is that the florals and that aldehydic presence is just not something that works out for me. So sadly, I will not be moving forward with any of the Chanel No. 5 line. Next up is Chanel Chance Tendre. This is the EDT, and this is a sample that I got in Sephora quite some time ago. I don't even know if they're still giving away samples. This is a very pretty perfume. I really like the scent profile of this one. However, I have not moved forward with a full bottle of this one simply because, in my opinion, it leans a little bit powdery, a little bit floral for my tastes and preferences, but again, I find this to be an absolute gorgeous fragrance. What I sort of wonder is if the hyacinth that's in here that gives it that sharp green floral note, I wonder if that's what is putting me off a little bit. I kind of wish I got a little bit more of that iris note that's in this fragrance. I absolutely encourage people to try Chanel Chance Tendre. I think a lot of people will really love this fragrance if you like a floral fruity perfume, but for me, I haven't moved forward with this one yet. Next up, I wanted to talk briefly about Coco Noir by Chanel. This is one that I really debate at least 2 times a month on whether I want to move forward with a full bottle or not. It is a gorgeous fragrance in my opinion. It has a little bit of a dusty rose presence. There's kind of an edgy darkness that I find to be so appealing in the fragrance. I just don't know that I would reach for Coco Noir over the Coco Mademoiselle Intense and Coco Mademoiselle EDP that I already have in my collection. I do have a dupe. This is called Pink Coral by Armaf, and it is very difficult comparing a Chanel to an Armaf fragrance. They are not the same, but I do think this one does come close to that Chanel Coco Noir scent profile. The issue is that I don't find myself reaching for this one, which makes me think because it's similar to Coco Noir, I'm not sure that I would reach for that one. For people that really do love Coco Noir, I do not suggest buying the dupe. Not that it's a bad dupe at all by any means. I just think you can get the smaller bottles of Chanel Coco Noir for around $82, and it may be worth just spending the money to get the real deal. Next up are 2 Chanel fragrances that I've spoken about many times on my channel. I adore them, I love them, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. This is Coco Mademoiselle the EDP, and this is Coco Mademoiselle the Intense. Both of these fragrances make me feel good, they make me feel empowered, they make me feel professional. They are gorgeous for a business setting, they are gorgeous for any setting really. You can wear these anytime, any place, and you will smell amazing. I find the EDP to be very sparkling. It has mimosa in it. It also has a citrus scent profile. It gives you that tingly feeling in your nose when you first spray it, but that does dissipate. This is just one that I find to be bright. It's uplifting. This is one that puts me in a happy mood. Now moving on to the Intense Coco Mademoiselle takes it to another level of intensity. This is deeper, it's darker, it's richer. It feels like they take away the brightness from the EDP, take away that sparkling quality that I mentioned, and give it a deeper, more vanillic presence. This is divine. It's a head turner. It's intoxicating. I could go on and on about this one. In fact, I will. I got my mother-in-law a decant of this fragrance because I really love it and I want to share it with the people around me. She's worn it for quite some time now. She's asked me for another decant because she's gotten compliments on this fragrance. People have noticed her. I didn't want to just give her another decant, so I bought both my mom and my mother-in-law the Coco Mademoiselle Intense fragrance in the hopes that they're going to continue to love this perfume. I feel at minimum both of my moms at least deserve a Chanel for all of the times they've watched my kids throughout this pandemic. They won't take money, so this is the best that I can do. Next up is one I've had in my collection for a while now. This is Chanel Chance EDT. Now I have the EDP here and I have gone back and forth on which one to buy. I ended up landing on the EDT specifically because some of that brightness that I really enjoy in Coco Mademoiselle is also in this fragrance. They don't smell the same, but there is this sparkling quality also in the Chanel Chance EDT that I really love. This one also has character from the pineapple. It has a little bit more woodiness and earthiness that I find in the EDP. I find that the EDP has a little bit more of a musky scent to it. It has a little bit more of a vanilla scent profile, which usually I think I would love, but for whatever reason, the sparkling quality of the EDT has drawn me in. This is yet another one that works amazing in a business setting. You can really wear this one anytime. Chanel Chance EDT is a beautiful option and a beautiful gift idea. Brand new to my collection is another one. I'm surprised by how much I like this considering it's a little bit of a freshie. This is Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche. I'm not much of a freshie type kind of girl, but this is quickly moving high up on my freshie favorites list. Now, I bought this one at the same exact time that I bought the Coco Mademoiselle Intenses for the moms. I hope they're not watching. If they are, surprise! This one is done differently than some of the other fresh fragrances that have somewhat similar notes breakdowns. So I'm looking specifically at Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. This fragrance also has lemon, cedar, musk, amber, as does Bal d'Afrique by Byredo. Don't get me wrong, those are gorgeous fragrances. I really do like them. They're bright, they're uplifting, but I find there to be a character in this fragrance that I'm really enjoying. Notes in this fragrance: at the top you have lemon, cedar, citron. In the mid you have water, hyacinth, pink pepper, jasmine. And in the base you have patchouli, white musk, vetiver, teakwood, iris, and amber. So I explored this a little bit. And one thing that people mention about this particular fragrance is that it has a little bit of a masculine presence to it. Made me wonder if it's that iris and that teakwood that's giving it a little bit of a cologne-like vibe. I love that in this perfume, and I don't find that it leans masculine. It just has a little bit of this aromatic quality that you could find in a men's fragrance. This is gorgeous. One thing that I found really interesting as I was looking at the notes in this fragrance is this is one of the only fragrances that has teakwood in my collection, in addition to Bois Dore by Van Cleef and Arpels, and I absolutely adore that perfume. So now I'm wondering if that's what gives both of those fragrances a little bit of that masculine quality that people seem to pick up. I'm not sure, but it definitely crossed my mind. I haven't worn this one much yet because it just recently came in the mail, but this is one I can see wearing more and more. I'm really enjoying the beautiful scent profile. This is one that just is fresh, but it doesn't go too much into that citrusy realm for me. One I'm really enjoying and I think would make a beautiful gift: Chanel Chance Eau Fraiche. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I truly appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video on Chanel fragrances that I recommend as a gift idea, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. If you celebrate Thanksgiving here in the US, I hope it's an amazing time with family, friends, loved ones. I hope you have a lot to be grateful and thankful for. And until next time, I'll see you soon.